Welcome to the 2023 Holiday Reset. This is the 5th rendition of the Holiday Reset. We've been doing this every single year since 2020. So thank you for joining me this year, and double or times 4 thank you if you've been here since the beginning. I'm going to list over the next 4 days a couple pieces of equipment. Now, if you don't have a piece of equipment, you're likely going to be able to do absolutely every single thing without a piece of equipment, or get a little bit creative. Now, the first thing are these Pilates balls that we can pull this little pin out nice and easily, blow it up. I love these. They're great for taking with you on a curling event. They go nicely in a carry-on. They don't take up a lot of space. And of course, they're transportable. $14 on Amazon. I'll make sure I link below. I get nothing from that link. So if you prefer to get it from somewhere else, then you can. Now, I love these Pilates balls because they help build expansion in certain areas. We're going to see as we go through the different exercises. If you don't have a Pilates ball, a throw pillow, a couple of pillows, a towel, a sweater, something that's squishy, like doesn't hurt your ribs, for example, and can be placed on the floor is going to work instead. Hey, I also recommend having 1, maybe 2 yoga blocks for some of these exercises, a foam roller if you've got it, or something round, liter of wine, I don't know, whatever works for you. We're going to use tea towels as well. So again, a t-shirt rolls up nicely. Okay, we're just making things about the size of a cell phone, depending on which exercise we're doing. And then lastly, socks. We're going to do some stuff with the feet this week, and the socks really help us feel different parts of our feet. So again, it doesn't need to be fancy. If you have specific foot wedges, you can use those foot wedges instead. So friendly reminder that all of the exercises, all the activities, all of the suggestions, they're suggestions. So this is not fully directed, fully guided. You're going to have to be in charge of your own body and knowing if something is good for you, if you should try it, if it feels good, and if you should keep going. So please don't hesitate to reach out if you've got any questions. If you need a modification, I'm happy to help you find one. And of course, if you need to double check with your healthcare practitioner, then please do that as well. Now, every single day, I've decided to make this year nice and simple. I'm going to try to make each routine about 15 to 20 minutes max, which means you could do each of the exercises once and probably do it in 5 to 10. Now, and then, of course, you can repeat it. Now, each day, I'm going to couple a breathing exercise, a breathing specific exercise, which is going to be paying attention to trying to build expansion on the inhale into certain parts of the body. So we'll be using things like that ball to hold an area down so that we breathe somewhere else. This is going to make more sense as we go along. When we exhale, we get stability. Typically, if you think of breathing the air out, we get that stability from the exhale. So the inhales find expansion in space, and the exhales find stability. So the breathing exercises are really beneficial, especially if you're tight kind of between the shoulder blades. You can't really bend side to side or twist, or you just can't really feel your abs on an exhale. The mobility exercises, focusing on increasing range of motion. And yes, we're going to couple the breath with that. So the breathing is going to still help us find space and stability, while also getting us range of motion at a joint, wherever that may be. And then lastly, we're looking at a couple of strength exercise. So you can take the tenants. We're going to be talking about nose, knee, and toe. It's a really common theme. You can take those tenants into literally every single leg exercise, anything that brings you to one side. And so I'm going to give you an example, such as the single arm row, and you get to take it to whatever exercise you'd like. So I hope you have a lot of fun with this. I hope that you repeat these routines. Maybe you find something helpful in them. Maybe you really enjoy keeping them for yourself. They create a nice little daily. And if you find one that's like particularly interesting, the first time I ever did the side lying breathing, it kind of blew my mind. It opened up a whole range of new movement options for me. Try to do them once a day and see how that makes things feel. Try to do them at the beginning of the day to get things moving well. And at the end of the day, if you're like a desk worker and you've been kind of sitting and kind of stuck, hey, you can use them as part of your warm-up for a workout or a practice. And of course, you could just use them just because you need a little moment for yourself. So thank you for joining me yet again for the holiday reset. This is really exciting. Again, hope you like the simplicity of this year's version. If you have any questions, if there are any program requests, if you've got a struggle that you just can't figure out which program's right for you, please don't hesitate to reach out. So it's thanks to people like you that follow the newsletter, the podcast, my Instagram, reply to my emails, all that. I'm so grateful to have you. And of course, those that have actually hopped on the bandwagon, joined EPVIP. Thank you yet again. And if you're not a paying client, don't worry. I love you anyways. Thank you for being here. It's people like you that make this kind of small business thrive. And I just hope that you share this information, if anything's interesting, with your teammates, with your friends, your family, even your enemies, if you're feeling generous. So happy holidays, whatever you celebrate, please enjoy the time. Or maybe you just like to have the time to yourself. But other than that, thank you and good curling.